Hello, ladies and gentlemen, everybody. I apologize. I apologize it took me so long to actually get the show started. I actually inadvertently misplaced my phone. And, well, with a misplaced phone, it's kind of hard to do the show, you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, let's get this fired up and get this show started. I apologize that we're running late. I do apologize that earlier today we had to delay the show. Part of why we had to do that was actually, well, one, we successfully have our rolling papers in the first ever store in Canada as of today, my friends. So that's pretty exciting. So we got that done today. Plus, I also had to sort of get into sort of ICBC there to renew a license, and I managed to get that done there too. It's a hard thing with COVID-19 and all that crap. Everything's locked down, everything's backlogged, but I managed to sweet talk my way into getting a little test there. So anyway, my friends, better late than never. Not the same program time. I apologize, but we're here. We're here. Then I lost my phone, so we were delayed another 15 minutes. But anyway, everybody, welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing well. How we doing well this week so far? And again, I will just extend an appreciation and a thank you to those of you who put up with the fact that we had to delay the show and we're a little bit late bringing it to you. Whew, it's a little bit of a warm day here today. Let's go back to the beginning and say hi to everybody. What's up, Clay Bones? Or Clay Ace Bone Hit? Oh, wait, that's not your name. It's just Clay Ace. Hello, Clay Ace. What's up, Kermit Frug? What's up, Paul M? What's up, James Leach? What's up, Max Roy? What's up, Clay S? What's up, Kyle Homewood? Gotcha, not your mama. Man, it must be late there, my friend. What's up, High Goals for 20? What's growing with you? What's up, Romines? What's up, DK? What's up, David G? What's up, Mike the Safer Ride Squatch? What's happening, Dale Rook there? Good to see you. What's up, Dylan Sib? Good to see you. And what's up, J&J Ingraham? What's happening? What's up, Hope Vasquez? Had a bad case of bud rot. Oh, I hate when that happens, but it does happen. And you had to remove a lot of my lady's titties. I mean, hey, it's better than losing the entire crop. You know, like one sour apple, one rotten apple will ruin the bushel. 2 a.m., forgive me if I fall asleep. No, of course, Ganchanana, the fact that you're on, welcome, and thank you, sister. What's up, guys, in 76, how you doing, my friend? What's up, Miguel Rodriguez? Miguel? Probably Miguel. What's up, Cali Kid? What's happening? What's up, Justin M., D. Solomon, Jerry Rogers, Jason Ward, James Leach, Hope, Happy Guy. Okay, I think I did everybody. What's happening, everybody? Woo! But it's pretty cool. I was pretty stoked today. The fact that we've actually got our rolling papers in a store in Canada now. Big shout out to, I don't have their card, it's inside, but let me see if I can remember what they're called. Big shout out to, I think they're called, yeah, Valley Indoor Hydroponics in Chilliwack. Bloody hell. I'll get the card. We'll do a proper shout out. But big shout out to them. They're the very first store ever in the history of global stores to carry the Potsquatch Growers rolling paper. I mean, obviously, other than online store, right? So that was pretty cool, though. They checked out our papers when my buddy of Sasquatch Cannabis Smoke Co. down the road, partner company and fellow friend company of the Potsquatch Growers here, and kind of was just sort of showing them our papers, and they loved the papers, and they're like, man, bring us a couple boxes. We like it. So, hey, that was pretty cool today. Plus, I managed to pass my test to renew my stupid little license thing. So, hashtag boom. Moving on. I'm happy. Basically, we're hitting that perfect trim window now. So today, after the show, I'm going to be trimming away. It's going to be the trim jail, my friends. But it's going to be good. What's up, Jason Ward? How you doing, my friend? What's up, D. Solomon? Oh, man. The stock sacrament. What's cracking? So yeah, long story short, I'm also sorry about your mishap there with the bud rot there, Hope Vasquez. At the end of the day, when we catch bud rot, sometimes it's late on set and that sucks. But at least it's better to catch it and then treat it and amputate and just hope for the best and do what we can, right? And at the end of the day, that's all you can do, right? It's all about learning, my friend. Don't feel bad. Now, I have a couple of questions in terms of, so is it an outdoor crop, Hope, that you have bud rot sit in, or is it indoors, or what was that? What's up, DOA Cowboy? How's it going? Long time no see, my friend. We're doing the show a little bit later today because I had some stuff I had to take care of. Got our papers into the first store today, so that was cool. It's pretty rad to see our papers above raws next to zigzags on the display case in a grow store in Canada. That was a cool thing for me. Ah, yeah. Oh, just chilling, big home at 717. Doing my thing, getting ready, you know what I'm saying? After the show today, we're going to be doing a lot of trimming. Tonight will be trim jail. It'll be pizza and trim jail. Pizza being my preferred food of choice while I'm trimming. And don't worry, everybody, we will be making a trim video tonight while we're doing all of that. So I've got a couple of fun ideas, kind of make the video a little fun and make it entertaining for you as well as educational. So once we get the show done, pull myself up by my bootstraps and we'll make a video for you. Get that out. Oh, I feel you, DOA cowboy. Just getting to Alberta. That's the whole thing, really. At the end of the day, if they're interested in carrying any of our products, man, I mean, I can send them some samples of the papers that they want, and go from there. Or I can give them a shout, and they're more than welcome to carry the stuff. It was just cool to finally hit that first one today, and like I didn't ask them to carry it. My buddy just showed them the papers, and they loved them. They're like, "So that's your buddy's company?" He's like, "Yeah." They're like, "Boom, bring us 2 boxes." I was pretty proud of myself because I was able. What's up, Snowflake? Good to see you, buddy. I was proud of myself because I'm all like up on the app on my phone and I'm doing this invoice and shit and like, oh yeah, let me. What's the store's email? All right, yes, I'll plug in that email and I've sent your invoice to you. So one of the store owners, his girlfriend's vegan, so they're pretty stoked about the fact that we've got vegan friendly gummy built into our rollies, right? So, I mean, hey, I remember when our supplier was talking to us, they're like, "You want vegan friendly gummy?" I was like, "Well, does it work?" They said, "Yes." I said, "All right. Well, then let's be all inclusive. I may like to eat dead animals, but something tells me vegans are kind of probably happy about not having to like lick horse glue or some shit." What's up, Oz Indica? How you doing, my friend? A lot of green larvae butterflies. I'm not familiar with them, my friend. No, I feel you, man. Well, DOA Cowboy, one of the things I've been battling out here in BC is because of all the road tests. I got to go take my road test before I'm allowed to be a big boy or pretend real boy and drive on my own. Getting all that shit done again, right? So everything's supposedly booked back for 8 or 9 months. But my great success was I managed to get someone on the phone in Chilliwack today, and or not today, 2 days ago, and I sweet talked them into giving me at least a recert doing my L today. So, and I'm still, I've had the thing for years, so I just got to get in to actually take the road test. But, everything being locked down for the last 6 months, they deemed a class 7, non essential. So I could go and become a real boy. But I'm really close. And then I just got to fix the Cadillac, get it on the road, and then I'll come out to Alberta, come visit. Caterpillars are a bitch when it comes to your outdoor cannabis crops. I'll tell you, my friends, it's caterpillars are not good. But anyway, my friends, long story short, at the end of the day, I actually may have come up with a way, technically speaking, to maybe put Jake's back on the store. I'm still looking into it because it works in terms of a physical store. Basically, right now, just with the licensing stuff, just don't put it on display. And if you ask for it, then I can go get it for you if I was an actual garden supply store, like in a physical reality. So maybe we'll just put like a mystery box that costs what it costs. And it's like those who know if you just buy this mystery item on the store, that's actually Jake's. That's kind of what I'm coming up with a little way to get around that. But I'm not 100% sure on that. I got to get the okay from them as well. But hopefully, we'll be bringing that back to the store for all of you fairly soon. Well, that's right, Snowflake. I mean, at the end of the day, think about all the vegetarian stoners and vegan stoners over the years that have had to lick horse glue. So we're all inclusive here. We use a nice Afghani gummy. It's vegan friendly. That's right. That's how we do our papers. I thought you grew inside ganja, your mama. Don't you have some little sexy plants going inside your house, my friend? I thought you were doing that. Well, anyway, let's move on. So anyway, long story short, here at Potsquatch Growers, we're going to be doing the trim video for you tonight. So got to get my energy together and just powerhouse through that. This is a good time, I think, also to sort of warn everybody. We will be doing a live stream that will be on Saturday, and we will be shooting the cooking show and releasing it later that day. Just will be a little later for the cooking show. But why I'm going to be hosting it on our YouTube is I'm the only one who has a YouTube that's big enough to actually do a live stream, and then that way I can send a link to a lot of people who can't come to my friend's memorial. But a very close friend, Brendan Thrasher, passed away. We went to high school together. He was like my little brother, man, and he passed away. And we just did the last run actually in his honor and memory. So at the end of the day, don't get confused if you see like this weird memorial type thing happening. I will potentially maybe turn off the comments for that live stream so nobody will be able to talk, just because at the end of the day, uh, some of our trolls may show up and just sort of be a dick, and I don't need to be dealing with that while we're trying to do the memorial there. But that will be happening on the channel, just so I have a place where I can do it live and send a link out to everybody who cannot come, or some older people as well who aren't really leaving their houses due to everything right now. So just letting you know that that's going to be happening. Don't freak out. We're still a Wii channel. Just remembering one of our fallen friends. Okay. All right. Hey, thank you, Kyle Homewood. We're going to be doing episode 4 this Saturday. I'm contemplating doing a dessert episode, but I haven't made the final decision on that. If we do the dessert episode, one of the things I was thinking about was maybe doing like an infused fudge and some infused fruit topping or something like that. I like fudge. I'm a big fan of fudge, but probably might opt for something else. I'm still contemplating in my head what we're going to exactly do for you in the cooking episode coming up this Saturday, but it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be infused. Funny story from episode 3 that we released last Saturday. Uncle Michael, after eating half that burger, was basically fucked up the entire next day. It was pretty funny. Cheers back to you, Cajun Weed Head. No, it's I mean, it's too bad losing a friend, and I was definitely I was surprised, The one thing I learned that I hadn't really talked to my friend in a number of years, and he had been struggling with some pretty bad addiction issues, and I mean, part of me is all like, damn, you had your first beer with Uncle Potsquatch, man. I was your big bro, man. I taught you how to smoke weed. And, man, if I'd known, maybe things would be different. But we're gonna meet together and have a little memorial there at Trimble Park, which is one of his favorite places to chill. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go do that on Monday, or no, Saturday. So just don't freak out when you see that live stream, everybody. There's a reason why it's happening. For a first run of photos, I mean, well, DOA Cowboy, I mean, maybe go something old school, man, like an homage to the old school. Um, I myself am actually trying to get my hands on some old school Master Kush clones right now. I'm looking forward to kind of playing with that. Um, I mean, Pink Kush is always really popular if you can get your hands on it. But you know me, man. I'm all about indica and Kushes. I'm just gonna keep sort of spewing that. Or if you can get old school hash pant, that's a lot of fun too. One newer Kush that I'm actually a big fan of is King's Kush. The King's Kush, when I've run it, I was quite a big fan of that. Would I ever do? James Leach says, would I ever do a dry sift vlog, sir? Like, do you mean like making a video about doing dry sifting, like for making hash? Is that what we're talking about? I mean, I would do it. It seems every time we try to make a dry sift or dry ice sifting or hash video, half the time YouTube flags us and hits us with a strike or takes our video down and shit. There's some weird reason about that, and they don't seem to like us pressing rosin or doing any of the extracts. That's why we haven't been doing any rosin press videos or anything like that, because every time we've tried to do something like that, YouTube has been targeting the video. So I have been avoiding kind of making hash on camera and making rosins and playing around with stuff like that, just because, I don't know, for some weird reason YouTube seems to get mad at that. I'm not sure why, but you know. I concur, Gomja, another your mama. Cheers back at you, family outcast. Have I ever heard of pH affecting the blade count on leaves? Yes, Paul M. pH and a number of other stressors and environmental issues can lead to having single, double, triple, or like a double with a really tiny third, or a single with a small, tiny second leaf issue. So that can definitely be a thing. Typically, if your plant isn't 100% dialed in, it's kind of unhappy. That can often happen. Sometimes, though, too, if you have your plant, if you go right from not tons of vegging or training into flower like we did on the Pink Kush last run, you'll get some of those weird leaves things happening too because it hasn't had the proper time to really veg itself out in order to properly get proper leaf count on leaves. But yes, I have heard of that. Totally a thing. Why are you experiencing it, my friend? Hey, bless you back, Paul M. I'm just reading messages. 1 second, everybody. I trim cow hooves. Dude, yeah. That sounds intense, man. Yeah, no, I'm just aware personally of, like, horse glue. Take him to the glue farm. We could definitely do a gummy cook. We've done like the hard candies and stuff like that. I don't think I would include gummies on the cooking show because even though it is technically an edible, I don't know. Making candy is kind of more like candy making, isn't it? Well, I guess you could technically count that as making like food. So maybe we could do it on the cooking show. And if we don't do it on the cooking show, I'll just at least make a video on making gummies. Maybe we'll do some, molecular cooking, use some agar or something like that. Replace the gelatin in there, make it vegan friendly for everybody. Let's have some fun with it. Oh, hell yeah, Cajun wheat head. Well, fudge is one of the things. I'm going to make a chocolate fudge or a maple fudge probably if we end up doing it this Saturday for the cooking episode. I don't know if that's what we're going to end up doing or if we're going to end up doing something else. I'm still contemplating the recipe and I'll make my decision when well, let's be honest, go to the grocery store on Saturday after the memorial to quickly grab the shit as I drive back from Vancouver out to the woods to shoot that all for everybody. Well, DJ Drew 24V, I mean, at the end of the day, too, all the steps typically that I incorporate on cooking, you can kind of do milder, right? Like, there's always ways to do it a little bit milder so you're not nuking yourself for the day. But, I mean, pizza would be a great thing. I'm not going to lie to you. Pizza is Uncle Potsquatch is one of his favorite foods. I love pizza. So maybe we could do something fun where we're actually making a dough. We'll make the dough from scratch, and then we'll make our pizza, man, and we'll do some cool shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm an indica guy too, DOA cowboy. So all those things I was suggesting are all indicas. Uh, oh, I see what you're saying, DOA cowboy. Yeah, it's all about the tomfoolery of the laws, right? Hope Vasquez says, I got that watermelon strain from Maven Genetic Seeds. Wondering if it's more of an indoor strain. It's the plant that got the most bud rot, gotcha, in the bottom nugs. Ooh, you had it set on the bottom. Bottom. Normally it hits the top first. Strange. Never keeping the bottom. Well, did you lollipop the bottom of your plant? Like I normally typically will go in and clear out the bottom 30% or so of my plants. Definitely a good practice in my humble 2 cents. Yeah, so Paul M, that totally can happen. It's not bullshit. It is a possibility. It doesn't mean it's always what's happening when you see that. There's a couple of different ways that that can happen in scenarios where that leaf count will be off or blade count on the leaf will be off. But I mean, it's definitely possible to have that do that. You know what I'm saying? THC taffy. I like taffy, but it's too sticky for my damn teeth. Rot them out of my head or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Snowflake. I mean, it's a little bit more fun, and I like to infuse our recipes on a few different levels, right? So if I were to do a pizza crust, I probably brush it with infused oil right at the end on the edging. So the crust is going to be infused that way. I would probably make an infused tomato pizza sauce. I would probably do all of the veg that would be a saute on there. I'll probably infuse that. So we could do some infused mushrooms again, like we did for the burger. We could make some wheat bacon maybe. We could do a bunch of different things. But I like to infuse my food on a few different layers, right? I mean, technically, I mean, if I want to get high on food, I just take some canned butter, put it on a piece of toast. I mean, it doesn't feel as fun. So I like to show people that one, you can make weed food that's pretty cool, tastes good, and fuck you up, and you can do it a few different ways and have some fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Keith Duster, we do not currently carry genetics at our company, but we are working actually at doing a big release of our genetics, and that'll be a big branch of our company that we will be doing in the long run. I'm going to be developing my own strains as well as trying to bring back some old strains. and doing some reworks with them and bringing back an infusion of old school stable genetics, which is lacking very much from a lot of the seeds available out there right now, and bringing some of that back for all you. So currently we do not do that, but it is something we are trying to work on and get together for you. Realistically speaking, when will we launch our initial few things? I mean, we might be able to get the first couple of things out within a year because I've got some at least stable stuff that I could do some fem versions of and just release that for people. But in terms of stabilizing new strains, that's going to typically take me about 2 years usually to get it to a place where I'm happy with it and having that genetically stable, where I'm feeling it's ready to bring to market for you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, dogs love pizza crust. I love pizza crust. I'll have to fight them for it. Yeah, Charlotte Winkler. I mean, that's, I've always had a passion for old school genetics and bringing back some of that sort of older, more stable things, right? I'm kind of a grumpy old curmudgeon when it comes to strains. Everybody all like talking about this or that, or this is, mango fucked peanut butter breast spearmint dog fucker. I'm like, okay, so new age piece of shit that I probably don't have any interest in growing. Gotcha. Cassidy Holland says, I have one grow tent with 4 plants. 2 are ready to go into darkness, all right, and the other 2 are 2 weeks too early for darkness. What should I do? Well, I probably just pull the plants out of the tent, put them in a big box, pull them out of the tent, put a big box on the 2 that are ready for darkness. Just put like some breathing holes, maybe put a little fan in there. You can even just use like a basic small little cheap fan just to keep that air circulation happening in the box. Make sure you maintain the ambient relative humidity of the environment, and they should be good to go. I mean, that cardboard box is the blocker will help to absorb some of that moisture that the plant may give off. But with the small little fans, the breathing holes, that's how I would go about doing that. If you're worried about light bleeding in, just cut a hole in it, then put like a little vent with a lip in it, so then the light can't really get around that, and then go in, you'll be good to go. That's how I would approach it, my friend. I found 2 worms in one bush that was outside. That sucks. Gajanana mama or Gajanana, your dog does not like pizza crust. My dogs like almost everything. Little Betty eats everything. Like we're talking even gross, like literal shit. She into it. Okay, so DOA Cowboy says, why is it 3 weeks early flip when you want it? Wait, what? When you want, if you like the size and flower, they will or should double in size. Okay, DOA Cowboy. I think what you're saying is so like you flipped a plan at some point and then or like okay. Can you give me a bit more for that question? I think I know what you're saying, but I'm not 100%. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I apologize. I'm just trying to follow. Urban Pilot, typically, one, obviously over time, you're going to get to know what deficiencies look like. Certain deficiencies look different with different genetics. Um, and it's just kind of a trial and error thing, really. And watching what the plant is. That old school thing that we all see on the internet with all the little pot leaf deficiencies on it, and it's just like a big thing. That is actually one of the most useful tools to begin to assess things. And familiarizing yourself with that, beautiful, brilliant. It's a great tool in terms of that. It seems simple, and it is. I mean, it's just a little chart, right? But by compared to this chart, that's the best way to kind of begin to look for it. As you get to know them more, you can actually see them kind of exhibit in subtly different ways, genetic to genetic, but it's just kind of a trial and error thing, and you get better at it in time, just like gendering pre-sex glands on plants, right? Just one of those things, just takes some time. Yeah, probably Beth Paul. Just get it done. Try to save it as much as you can, right? Gazzer 76. You just paid $100 New Zealand dollars for 6 seeds. Fuck that. Sacrilegious in my humble 2 cents. Okay, sounds good, Snowflake. Sounds like a deal, buddy. Okay, I think Happy to Grows. I'm a big believer that a lot of people are all about like super high THC. I believe, and they're all like, no, nothing. But if it's not 30, it's not getting me high. I'm pretty sure that is, in my humble 2 cents, a psychosomatic orientation on that because basically, some of the strains that I've grown that have lower THCs or high CBDs and other things actually will fuck you up more than a super high THC strain. So I've always believed that this obsession with super just duper high THC is like a little silly. There's a lot more going on there than just THC. Um, and I think it has to do with the fact that, we as growers, we as pot lovers, we as breeders, right? Everyone's kind of come to covet this, THC, negating the fact that there's flavonoids, terpenes, there's over 468 psychoactive chemicals in there, and there's a lot of other stuff going on, other cannabinoids too, where it may be the main proponent to it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not just what makes the vehicle, shall we say. So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's all like, he could say that. I mean, I like to see him smoke some of my Sasquatch. I'll like lie to him at first, be like, oh man, it's like 38%. He'd be like, oh, it's so high. I'll be like, bitch, I only 18%, 22% CBD. What? So I'm a big believer that a lot of that has to do with the psychosomatic nature of this assumption, right? So, people are like, oh, high THC, so I'm going to get high, and they're building it up in their head and this obsession with high THC levels. I'm not saying it's not a good thing to work to make really strong weed and high THC levels. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying, though, is God, everyone seems to have such a hard on and an obsession with just a high THC level, and they're like, oh man, below 30, I won't smoke it. It's like, well, you're missing out on like most of pot. So, like, come on now. Reverend Veritas, a Potsquatch live stream. Now I've got an excuse to smoke this caviar blunt. Cheers back at you, buddy. Welcome to the show, Reverend Veritas. Charlotte Winkler says, right? I'm like, who comes up with these crazy strands that do absolutely nothing for what I'm wanting it for? Well, I think a lot of it is too, like, I mean, the big problem in terms of genetics now and unstable genetics is because a lot of people think they can just take a strain and make a fucking other strain and then boom, your work's done. I'm a breeder now. No, 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 no. You did step one. That's literally all you've done. You got to cube it. You got to do 4 generations at bare minimum of selective inbreeding to stabilize that strain. It's basic eugenics. But at the end of the day, I think because, and then you've got so much feminization happening and then compounding feminized genetics and things are just losing their integrity. They're becoming more fragile because things aren't being properly stabilized. And then, other people's work is compounding other people's work as it moves on over years. That's why everything fucking foxtails now. That's why you've got extreme light sensitivity on a lot of plants, and all this weird shit. Sometimes you got strains. Like my Sasquatch strain is a little genetically weird. Like, I mean, it does weird leaves. It's weird looking, but it makes fire. But at the end of the day, I'm just a big believer that, a lot of us haven't really been paying attention properly to genetics, to do them right, to take the time to do it. And it's funny to me, right? It's not like we're growers. We should have learned that good things come to those who wait. Patience is a virtue when it comes to growing. And then yet we rush genetics, and then we just want to look cool and start our little company and like, oh yeah, yeah, we're this genetics or we're this genetics company, and yeah, we got the real shit. We got the real shit. Fuck off. You don't even have a stabilized strain, bro. You just stole work from other people, then made it fuck someone else's work. If you went and stabilized it and kept creating it, then yeah, that's totally your work. But that's not what's happening most of the time. Hey, no worries, Cassidy Holland. I feel you. Gazzers, PM Dale Rook. Dale Rook wants to speak to you on the Facebook. If you can't find him, he's on my friends list. Gazzers, you can find him on my friends list. Oh, he was talking to Cassidy. Never mind. How's she looking, Paul M? Oh, yeah. No, I feel you, DOA cowboy. Yeah, no, totally. That's just a misconception, really, right? Like, I mean, and kind of a newer thing. Like, the great thing about photos, you can keep them in veg pretty much as long as you want, and indefinitely almost, as long as you keep it happy and healthy, right? So, yeah, when it comes to photos, man, flip them when you're ready. Just always make sure you have enough space for that stretch, and making sure that you are ready to have that, handle that jungle when it explodes like your weed titty plant. You gotta be ready to handle it, like, or else you're gonna be stressed out, and then we're gonna have to probably tie some things down, tie some out, strain it or train it a bit, and do some stuff during flower, which I'm not necessarily the biggest fan, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? Oh, see, I feel you. Happy do growth, right? I mean, I miss the days where, like, there was a point in time where there wasn't necessarily tons of breeders out there, and most of the breeders out there were doing things right. It was, back in the day. Times have changed, but that doesn't mean we've lost everything forever. We can bring it back, everybody. As long as we all decide to keep working and doing things properly, we can bring that back. And that's what we're going to be doing at Potsquatch Growers is trying to bring some of that real shit back for you. Plus, it'd be a lot of fun. I like breeding and fucking around with my weed titty plants. Every time I've used those clip-on fans, Reverend Veritas, yeah, like I mean they do work okay, but they all burn out eventually. Like I've yet to find one that is reliable and doesn't burn out after a run or two. It's sad but true, you know what I'm saying? Paul Am, try putting a scrim over it. Like you put a bit of a scrim or a piece of poly maybe to kind of keep some of that sun off. You know what I'm saying? That's funny. Why is George 365? I like that. What strain is this one? That's number two. What strain is that one? Well, that's a 2334442. What? Exactly. Well, exactly, Cali Kid McBridge genetics, and that's kind of like I've always been a big advocate for that. Like one of the strongest, most amazing strains I've ever developed was Sasquatch, and it didn't have off the charts THC. But like anyone who ever tried it was just like, "What the fuck was that?" I'm all like, "That's Sasquatch, baby." Oh. I just had a funny thought. If you're still there, DOA Cowboy, I would love to watch you and Glenn Wells of Canamatch.ca do a dab off. You guys are two of the biggest dabbers I know. I'd love to watch you both just go toe to toe. I've watched Glenn do like, I don't actually remember the number now, like 30 or 40 straight super duper huge dabs, like in a very short period of time. So I'd love to watch you two kind of go at it. Of course, in fun competition, obviously, but like I'd love to watch Glenn Wells and DOA Cowboy do a dab fucking competition because I know you both crazy dabbers. You both dab a lot. White Widow is a sat, by the way, Pauline. Bottlenecking. I'm just reading right now, everybody. Well, that's the thing, right, Charlotte Winkler? I'm a big believer of that too. And I mean, I really love pot. I really love plants, and I love pot plants, and I love genetics, and I love creating things and doing things properly and taking the time to create something special. I mean, I'm a big believer that true cannabis is an artisanship, and that's why big farm cannabis or big corporate company cannabis will never be able to take on anything grown by a real grower who's a more smaller boutique style grower because we just approach it in completely different ways. You can't do what we do on that scale. And yeah, we're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? David and Goliath. Hashtag boom. Hightower Gardens. We actually started the show really late today, my friend. So we've been live now 32 minutes. Basically, long story short, I had to go do a bunch of stuff. Got our papers into a store, which was really cool today. And everyone was like really excited about them, really liked them, and that was really cool to see. And I had to go renew my stupid little license thing. So I got in to do that, even in these weird, uncertain COVID-19 times. The one place was like, nah, you're never going to get into anywhere until October 15th or 14th. And I like, well, it expires in 3 days. What am I going to do? But I managed to sweet talk my way into getting my taste. Frank, a number of different things cause hollow stems. Genetics is can be part of it. Not enough light or the wrong type of light or cheap, shittier lights can be a big part of it. And then also to then not necessarily deficiency per se, but improper feeding and not having enough kind of important goodies there. Obviously, some of the most important secondaries for having a nice hefty duty stock. Well, calcium, big one right there. Magnesium, potassium is also important for those stems and stalks during flower when it's creating fruit. So That's part of it. Probably one of the biggest things, though, if we're going to negate feed, we're going to negate genetics here for a second. Usually is a light issue. Like for example, with that little dinky little Mars Hydro thing that we played with, I mean, every stem in that thing was hollow. Where if you went and looked at the same exact genetic that wasn't done under it, that had proper chips and a proper driver running it, solid fucking stocks like fucking wood. Where then you went to the other one, it's like it's a straw. I hope that helps, Franco. Well, G13, the original G13 has no smell. So if you're looking for a skunky smell, stay away from G13. G13, the original, has next to no smell or taste. Very potent strain, very good in that regard. But yeah, like I said, the original G13, next to no smell or taste. It is strange like that. But I've met other strains like that too, you know what I'm saying? So. Oh no, Vilma Dickfeet. Was it Nanners or was it undiscovered male that knocked your ladies up? Don't fret, now you've got lots of seeds, maybe, you know? What's up, Ramiro Rodriguez? How you doing, my friend? When did I drink these buds? Two yesterday, one before I went for my test, a number since I've been home. Oh no, there's seven. They're just over here. uh Urban Pilot. If your plants get a crazy deficiency, have you ever just chopped and restarted, or do you go through with the issues? I typically will go through with the issues. I mean, I've never had the heart. To me, it's if you give up on a run, unless it's totally fucked. Like, okay, a totally fucked run I'll chop down, but I've never actually had that, so I never did that. But long story short, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But if it's just like a deficiency or something like that, like I'm gonna keep running it. I'm gonna keep trying to make it the best I can. I kind of approach each run like a game, like a sports game, right? Like I'm not gonna walk off the field mid game, right? Like even if I'm fucking losing, even if I'm getting my ass beat, I'm gonna still show up and I'm gonna try to do anything I can and quote unquote leave it on the field. So I kind of approach my grows that way. Also, too, like with little baby plants that are looking weird or fugly or not developing like the other ones, a lot of people will just euthanize them and get rid of them. But sometimes some of the crazy shit I've ever grown actually came from a fugly weird plant that was fucked up at first and then became a thing. Franken plant, I will point out from those last runs, was the best Bubba Cherry Firefly we had. It was special. It was his own thing. That's why we kept it. But it started as this weird, wonky, fucked thing. And that's why I called it Franken plant. I was like, you're a weird little mutant, aren't you? Like, you look fucked. Like a weird, just thrown together plant, like Franken plant. Oh, there we are. And then we named it Franken plant. But then, and in the end, it kind of settled itself out and produced some really crazy, beautiful stuff. You know what I'm saying? Fuck yeah, G13 chemo. Is it like the UBC chemo from BC, man? Yeah, it's funny how things change, right, DOA Cowboy? Things that we covet now, we used to think were a failure. It's funny how definitions on shit changes, isn't it? Very funny in my humble two cents. Oh man, what was her name, Reverend Veritas? Hell yeah, Reverend Veritas. What's her name, yo? I will do memory of her. Right, Manicam? I know the seed Fido hunt very well myself. When you meet those special ones and they come along, I mean, it's rare, right? But you got to be. That's why we keep them. We Fido hunt. We find the special strains, you know? Oh man, that's so sad, Reverend Veritas. I'm really sorry, man. Abigail. All right. Well, everybody, I just like to take a moment and to Abigail who just passed. I hope you're resting in peace now. I hope that the dementia that was fucking up your daily existence is no longer applying to you, and you're able to be yourself again. And I hope you rest in peace. And I hope that those who are your family that are still with us that have lost you are dealing okay with their loss. And let's do a shout out for anyone's loss, whether it's been COVID related or anything recently. Last 6 months has been really hard for all of us around the world. We're living in a weird, strange world. And so this is also a shout out for anyone who's grieving losing someone, or a shout out to all those who have passed. Um, Big love, big shout out to you. We all stand with you, and may you all rest in peace. Hey, no worries, Reverend Veritas. I'll do a shot of whiskey later too in name of Abigail. I don't know if she was a drinker, but I'm a drinker, so like for me it's an honoring thing. So even if she didn't like it, she'd be all like, "Well, but he's being sweet in his own way." Oh man, I tell you, Uncle Potsquatch got a big night of trimming tonight. I have so much trimming to do. It's trim jail, but it's not bad, you know. The trim job on this one not too bad. I mean, the pink bubba should be a little bit trickier to trim than the pink cushes were or will be. But overall, it's not too bad. But definitely some stuff to process and just sort of get my game face on and choppy, choppy, choppy. Hey, congratulations, Afro Squatch. How long you been quit smoking for now? No, DJ Drew 24V. I don't really like to trim on shows. I like to be able to be like focused in the show and talking to people. I'll do a video for you, so I'll release a trimming video. I'm gonna try to. I got some ideas to make that one fun this time, a little different than anyone we've done so far. But yeah, no. Typically, I'm not gonna trim in shows. When I'm trimming, I gotta focus on it, right? So, um, and doing a proper hand trim and treating, that final step before cure my medicine is important to me. So I wouldn't do that during a live stream show. Typically, I don't think, because I won't focus on it. When I'm in the show with everybody here, I won't focus on you. You know what I'm saying? So I'll do a video though. We'll shoot a video out of it for everybody. 3 weeks Monday. Fuck yeah, brother. Congratulations, yo. I'm very happy for you. No, why you sorry, man? It's cool, man. No, you're allowed to say that. It's just, that's just, yeah. I mean, it takes the time for the wheat tennies, show them the respect. But I'll make a cool, fun video. There's going to be some hyperlapses. I'm going to do some funny shit. It'll be both educational and at least entertaining, one hopes, anyway. That's what I typically try to go for. But we're going to be releasing that trim video. Well, basically, the video will come out when I'm done doing it. So, will I get through everything tonight? I could. We will see how long my tenacity holds out. It's already been a fairly long day for me, but we'll see how long that happens. But if I don't finish it today, I'll finish it tomorrow. The video will be out by the latest tomorrow, because I got to go into my friend's memorial, and so I got to get the trimming all done and out of the way before we go handle that memorial and stuff. So, and again, just to reiterate for those who are just tuning in, don't freak out on Saturday when you see a live stream that's a memorial. You won't be able to comment. I'm going to turn the comments off for that video. Why we're doing it is because I'm the only one who has a YouTube where it's big enough where we can do a live stream. I also have quite a large data plan package on my phone, so I'll be able to stream that properly. I have access to the 5G network there with a 5G device, so we're going to stream that just because there's a lot of people who want to come, but they're kind of nervous about coming into the city or with everything that's going on. So we're going to do that there on the YouTube channel in memory of my friend. So don't freak out when you see it. That's just what that is. So I have a place where I can have a link that I can send to people. So yeah, that's Saturday. Nobody freak out. Have I offered the other swag to the retailer? No, because it's a grow store, right? So the why? I mean, maybe they can carry our grinders if they want. Um, Maybe the next time if they order more, I can bring some grinders by to show it to them. If they'd like to carry it, they can. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're an international brand. We're a growing brand. We're not super known locally by everyone, right? So I think it would be presuming too much to be all like, oh, you should carry my hats and my shirts because we're the shit and this or that, right? So maybe eventually, I mean, I'll offer them the grinders at least. That one at least makes sense. I brought them a bunch of stickers today and shit like that, and gave them our card and all that jazz. So they technically have access to the website. They can check that out if they're into it. Then I'm happy to bring our other swag there if they'd like it. But their main bread and butter is grow equipment, newts, ferts, dirt. You know what I'm saying? And then they just have like a section with rolling papers and all that kind of jazz. And they loved our papers though and wanted to bring them in. So who knows? Maybe. Hey, thanks, High Tower Gardens. I won't lie to you. I'm quite proud of our grinders too. I enjoy our little grinders. I like them. Urban Pilot. I mean, for most of my career back in the hood days, I was a general hydroponics guy. It was tried, tested, and true. A lot of BC boys used it. A lot of old school dudes. The three part was like a staple for all of us. But when they got bought out, I was like, I don't know, what am I going to use? They're owned by the devil now, so I used all what we had left of their stuff because I'm not going to waste my money. And then I was contemplating what to switch to next. I was almost out. And then I actually had someone who worked at Green Planet, not from the company. They just personally wanted to give me a gift and say thank you for what we do on the channel and what we're doing for the community. And they were like, so they sent me a message. They're like, hey, I like saw you wearing a Dudney Church of the Blues hoodie. Like, do you live anywhere around Mission? I said, yeah, I'm outside of Mission, but I'm close enough. And I was like, I actually work at the Dudney. At the time, I was working at the Dudney, and he was like, "Yo, man, if you don't mind, I'd love to bring you a present of just some newts. I'm one of the production department managers at Green Planet, and it's not from the company; it's just for me personally. Really appreciate and dig what you're doing for the community, and I'd just like to give you a present." I was all like, "Yeah, sure, like, dude, thank you so much. That's wonderful. It's very nice." I was actually thinking about having to try something else because I can't buy G&H anymore, and we both had a chuckle. And he showed up with the three part, the Pro Cal, bunch of shirts, a bunch of shit, and started using it. My plants really liked it. I found it flushed out better than the G&H did and other things that I'd used. And so, yeah, I started fucking around with Green Planet products and fucking around with that. And before I knew it, I fell in love. And so we're going to be hopefully be carrying Green Planet, but we're also going to be bringing in probably advanced newts. Hell, if Remo wants to have his newts at our store, we'll carry those too. But we're definitely, my main goal is to sort of have Green Planet first because Green Planet's what I've been using. I really like what they're doing. I really dig the cut of their quote unquote jib, right? It's for nice. And my plants like it's very happy. So that's kind of my theory on that one. And so, yeah, I hope that answers your question. Nice one. Do you have a air pump ready to go? Happy Dude Grows. Adam Squatch built his own little cloner. He loves it. Connoisseur from Advanced. I don't know that particular product. I am familiar with the three part a bit. And I mean, obviously, Advanced Nutrients is probably arguably the biggest fish in the fishes of nutrient systems, probably. A lot of hardcore old school BC guys these days are really into Advanced. If Green Planet didn't exist, I'd probably use Advanced, right? Like, I mean, I was thinking about trying them a bit more and giving them another chance, playing around with that. Because I tried them with a bit in the past, but I never really used them as my primary. And but then, Green Planet, Buddy, Sunny gave me some for free, and I tried them. I liked them, and I kept buying. Oh, right, that's true. I forgot, Mike. That's true. Adam built a cloner for Mike the Safer Ride Squatch as well. Everybody cloning now. That's right. Hey, sexual propagation. Oh, I've been there, Happy Dude Grows. You know you got the part, but where the fuck is it, right? Yeah, no, I've been there, buddy. Yo, what's up, motherfucker Jones? What's happening? Good to see you, buddy. Nathan Burrow. Typically, I keep my seeds at an ambient room temperature. I keep them in little glass jars. Glass is non-reactive. The glass I use isn't a photo protected glass, but they are in a container that keeps them photo protected. So basically, keeping them from long-term spikes. I mean, in theory, I guess I could refrigerate them at a lower temp to maybe do that. However, room temperature with properly sealed, not too much oxygen, and keep them in a non-reactive glass. I mean, they'll last a really long time. So that's typically how I approach it. I've got these little like I don't even know what size they are. Like if it was dabs, how much dabs could I fit in them? I could probably fit like 3 to 3.5 grams in one of my little jars. So yeah, but that's typically what I do these days for my long term motherfucking shit, right? So Motherfucker Jones says, I wanted to tell you your advice helped. Good to see you too, Romy. Oh, awesome, man. I'm happy you're doing well, and the titties is happy, and your plants is happy, and just dancing. I mean, that's one of the most rewarding things for me doing any of this is just like the amount of people now that we get emails from or hear about being successful or sending us little videos or pictures and just watching the excitement, watching the love in their faces and in their voices and all like growing weed, yeah. And I'm all like, yeah, fuck you, that's awesome, man. Makes me happy. Yeah, the great thing about glass, Nathan, is just that it's non-reactive, right? Like it's not going to be doing anything negative to the seeds. Where if you keep it in plastics, they are slowly over time leaching out crap and all that jazz. So yeah, just using like a little, they're little glass jars. I ordered like 150 or 200 of them off Amazon for, I don't remember what I spent on them, but it wasn't like for the amount of jars I got, it wasn't too bad. So like I got like a box like this of them all in there, but they're great. And so I once I got those in, I switched over and switched the seeds into that. You know what I'm saying? Then you do your labeling system, and so you don't forget shit. That's important, especially when everything in the same goddamn container. You know, you got to label shit. Off sounds good, DOA Cowboy. Drive safe, my friend. Thanks for tuning the show. It was good to see you. I hope you have a beautiful night, my friend. The ProMix HP I use has more than enough perlite in it, so I don't need to add any to it. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to it in that way. I kind of freestyle every grow in terms of my feeding and kind of go with what feels right usually, but typically speaking, at least 2 or 3 times a week sometimes. Some genetics, yeah, and some genetics like to get hungry so early at flip or like a couple weeks after the flip. So, you know, like that bubble gum we used to run a lot, man, she would get hungry, man. If I did not jump on it early, man, like she would just start zapping her own natural shit out of all of her fan leaves and stuff. And man, it was crazy. But yeah, so I know that's not necessarily a direct answer, but I hope it answers or is helpful. Hell yeah, motherfucker Jones, you on the Facebook group, man? Or you on Facebook in general? Motherfucker Jones, you should check out the Facebook group if you're on Facebook, man. Dale Rook's like, I also have a mystery jar of seeds. How old are those mystery seeds, Dale? Those are some of my favorite things. When someone's like, "Oh, I've got these seeds from like 30 or 40 years ago," have fuck all clue what they are. They all came from different sources, and they're just in this jar. And I'm like, "Cool. You want them? No. Can I have them? Yeah. Awesome." It's like a magical mystery tour of a blast from the past. You never know what you're gonna get. Life is just like a jar of old seeds from a bunch of different times. You never know what you're gonna get. So, motherfucker Jones on the Facebook. It's called the Potsquatch Growers Community. And for those of you who'd like to join the Potsquatch Growers Community on Facebook, you're welcome. Basic real rule is don't be a fucking dick. Don't be an asshole. Treat people with respect, compassion. Once in a blue moon, obviously, we've had incidents. We've had to remove a few members over the time that we've been on the Facebook group. For the most part, we've been pretty good, and everyone's been really respectful. It's a safe place for anyone and everyone, okay? And if you're a bully, if you're an asshole, well, I'm going to fucking publicly deal with it, okay? And at the end of the day, let's all consider being a pot squatch. What that means is an invitation to be our best selves, right? And we all love weed titties, so let's just get along and love the titties, you know, and have a good time. Right, Charlotte? And they're a great blast from the past half the time. I love it. Dale Rook. And please answer the questions. What's up, Ganja White Mike 81? What did I miss your question? Dale Rook, what? Which questions? What did I miss, man? Oh, right. No, you're talking about the Facebook group. Yes. Thank you, Dale. Answer the questions, everybody. It is a liability. They're there for a reason. If you don't answer the application questions, then we have to then first message you, ask you to answer them, and then we have to decline your application. Um, I've got a feeling a lot of members who tried to join got declined and didn't realize that they didn't answer questions, and they didn't realize that we actually sent them a message saying, if you answer the questions, you're allowed, but we can't let you in until you answer them. And yeah, so long story short, just answer the damn questions. It's way easier. It's like way easier, like, oh, they answered the questions. Welcome. Yes, approved. Welcome. As opposed to like, fuck, dupe. Right? So, yeah, please answer the questions. Thank you, Dale Rook. I appreciate that. They're not hard. It's basically like, don't be a dick. Cool. You agree not to sell shit and illegal shit in our community? Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Agree to treat people with respect and not be a dick fuck? Awesome. I mean, the wording's not quite that, but that's basically the sentiment of it. Well, exactly, Hightower Gardens. And some of those, like, Mexican brick seeds, man, are crazy. Um, Mush Mush over in Scotland actually sent me a gift of some old school Jamaican pressed brick beans. So he got this Jamaican pressed brick maybe like 15 or 20 years ago. He said into Scotland and he saved all these beans. So he sent me a bunch of these old ones. And I've got some African land races from Caden. I've got a feeling they're probably both fairly satty, but I'd be curious to see what would happen. Like if I get a male, maybe I want one of them. I'm hoping maybe a male on the Jamaican, and I can make that fuck the African and see what that strain would make. I'm not normally a sat guy, but I mean, at the end of the day, some people like, sats, right? Like I can't exclude. I've still got to develop strains, even though I don't love sats. Doesn't mean I don't have to develop them. Because if we want to be all inclusive in terms of our seed brand and allowing people to have access to things that they want, well, I've got to develop sativas too. Oop, there we go. McFly. I actually watched Back to the Future 2 this morning. Good times. Ah, tonight is going to be a long night for Uncle Potsquatch, though. Lots of trimming. Lots and lots of trimming. But it's okay. I get to make a fun video for everybody and show you all the pretty titties. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Some of this shit triked out heavy. Who am I kidding? It's all so fucking frosted. Like, I'm pretty excited, especially with the good camera that we got on the phone to shoot some of these little, things, like show you off some of these buds when we trimming them up. They's some sexy titties, I tell you that. So I'm looking forward to that and making the video just to show you some of the weed titties there. Plus, I've got just some fun ideas. I'm not going to tell you what they are. You're going to have to watch the video, but I think you'll enjoy it and find it entertaining, at least funny. It'll be a good time. Yeah, that's basically my plan. Once we end the show, I'm gonna go throw a frozen pizza in the oven, put some extra cheese on it, and then start trimming, man. But yeah, let's talk about some of the hypothetical possible strains I'd like to bring to market. Well, I have some ideas. One of the things I want to do is I do have a few different supposed skunk number ones or old school skunks. I don't know if any of them will end up ringing true genetically to skunk number one or the old school skunk of yesteryear that excites many of my older grower friends when they think of it. Mike, the safer ride squatch being one. Bring up skunk number one, his eyes bright up like a little boy. Skunk number one. So I'd like to do a reissuing, reworking of that, see if we can get shit together where we can kind of do a release on kind of at least something pretty damn on close to the old school skunk number one. Just for now, nostalgia's sake. And I mean, a lot of the older growers out there, man, like that's the shit they loved, and they can't get shit like that anymore. And I may just have it in my little stores or collection there, but it will take time to grow them out and find the right shit, hopefully, to be able to bring it back for you. Worst case scenario, if we at least just find a female pheno that's okay, we can do a forced feminization on that. But yeah. Oh, do you got one of those like microscopic or microscope thingies, like and then it like plugs into your phone, and then you can like put it on the plant, like kind of like an ultrasound, but it's like for your plant. Yeah, Ada bought one of those. It's pretty cool. I hear they're pretty hard to keep steady to actually get a clear image on, but no, I've been curious about them. What does that cost? I think I saw them on like Amazon or something for like what, 60, $70. I'm curious to try one of those out too to see if it actually is something I find useful. Because if it is useful and if it does work, I mean, it's a hell of a lot easier than going and like getting all up on your weed with your jeweler's loop trying to see shit. Plus, also too, then you don't have to replace batteries on it. I'm assuming, like your jeweler's loop, which is always my biggest pain in the ass when my batteries die on that thing. Come on, you stupid phone, go normal. There we go. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, Fiskars are the best snips out there. My humble 2 cents. They're my snips of choice. I have multiple sets of them in the house. Um, Actually, that's one of the companies I got to in the next coming weeks reach out to about getting an account set up with them. I want to bring in Fisker snips for our store because they is just the shit. Damn, Ganja White Mike 81. You ordered your fifth big squatch a few days ago. Damn. So, everyone, I'd like to point out that Ganja White Mike 81 hates our lighting systems. Just hates them. Doesn't like them. Doesn't like the results he's getting. He just buys them to break them. I'm really happy. Thank you for choosing us, Ganja White Mike 81. And one, I love the pictures you sent, by the way. I haven't shared them yet, but I will be posting those on our social media. If you've got an Instagram, send me a message with that so I can tag you on it. You may have already done that. I may have forgotten. But my brain's an interesting place, let's be honest. But thank you for the support. I'm glad it's working for you, man. And like I said, when we were talking on the phone, I love that 3500 Kelvin, man. I love that 301H. It's a good time. Okay, so it is working. Okay. Well, then, you know what, Charlotte? When I got an extra few bucks, I'm definitely going to have to order myself one of those. We'll do a review video, like one of those, other channels do, reviewing a product. Except this time, we're just going to buy it and I'll do a review for you. Yeah, that was one thing that Adam was saying with his is it works. He just found it really hard to kind of get clear pictures with it. Like, like the tiniest little jerk on it would be like, because it's total macro, right? But then another thing I was like, well, what if I got one of those macro lenses that clip onto your phone to take an up close high resolution pic? And with our S20, Galaxy Samsung S20 and the really fancy cameras, maybe that would work. I don't know. There's a lot of cool doohickeys out there that I'd love to fuck around with just to see if they work. But, I can't just buy all the toys under the sun. But that's the thing. Pretty much everything that we're going to bring out of the store is going to be something I'm familiar with, something that I know that works. We're only going to be carrying the best of the best for you. And, so just know that I'm always going to be on the mission for you with our stores to bring in the good shit and just to make it easy. Like, that's my dream for this store. Is like, I want it to become a place where anything and everything you need, you can just get here. Why think too hard? Why try too hard? Just come to me. I will help you. I will hook you up. And it will be affordable and competitive prices, if not best prices around. And, it'll be one stop shopping. Kill 10 birds with one stone. Get everything you need before you're done smoking your joint. Stupid phone. This is obviously not our new phone. What's up, Dominator Bud? Let's try that again. What's up, Dominator Bud? Cheers to you, my friend. Well, Nathan Burr, I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of the 3500 Kelvin choice on our lights. That's what I use. So, of course, I'm into it. It is my happy place. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And I really stand by our lights and I really believe in the tech. So does Brett. We both use the same lights. Anyone who buys our lights, like you're using the same lights that me and Brett are using in our grows and fucking around with. And we are growers, building rigs for growers, trying to make affordable, accessible tech, even in these hard times, even though we're tiny companies without the purchasing power of our competitors. And we try to make things where it's fixable too, right? Like, I mean, and then our new rigs and the way we're putting them together, it's just vastly better You take the cocksucker apart. It's bolted together now. It's easier to fix. We eliminated failure points, which is any time you wire something together, right? Like that's a failure point. I think we went from something like, and these are just me trying to remember numbers, but I think we had like maybe like 28 give or take failure points to the first rig, and then we're down to like 9 or something on the new one. So that's fucking awesome. They also the newer ones just run cooler. You know what I'm saying? We managed to double the shield on the acrylic shield on it without losing any photons, but then adding tons of actual structure and toughness to the light. And we brought in better baking sheets that we're retrofitting now onto that. And everything's uniform now. So we're not, because before we were hand drilling everything, like, and these new ones, I mean, it's all uniform. Things are put together in the same way. So it's easier for you to actually work on it, for us to send you parts if down the road out of warranty fucks up and all that shit. Because we're not here to just sell you something. Oh, broke. Oh, let me sell you another one. Like, let's help you maintain this. We're here to walk with you and help you be successful. Um, and a big part of why I love doing that, well, one, obviously we're a company now. I mean, I'm trying to make my living that way, and but also too, like the biggest reward for me is just like I said earlier in the show, seeing that brightness, that twinkle in someone's eye when they are successful and they are sitting there looking at this pond. They're like, "This is, I made this. I made this." Right? Like, I mean, that is just one of the most magical feelings I think out there for anyone who loves marijuana. You know, when you have your first successful grow, where you grow your own for the first time, and you're like, I did that. It's probably more satisfying a high than any 36% THC strain. Doesn't even matter what it is. That first time you make your own weed, you grow it yourself, seed the weed or clone the weed, right? And you create this amazing smoke, and then your friends come over, you're like, here, try some of this. Be like, motherfucker, where'd you get this shit? You know, like, I grew that, man. It's probably one of the most rewarding feelings in the world. Plus, it's also a great way to resist big corporate takeover of cannabis. Fuck them, don't buy their shit. Make your goddamn own. It's a great way also to know where your pot's coming from. It's a great way to know that your pot's safe because, well, one, you grew the shit. You knew what went into it literally because you were the fucker that did it, right? And I'm a big advocate for that. And plus, two, it's fun. I think that's one thing a lot of people are like when they get into growing and they are kind of a newer grower and they start kind of getting successful and having good runs and having some fun. They're just like, man, this is fucking addictive. I'm like, right? Marijuana may not be addictive, but growing it sure is. Yeah, sounds good, Ganja White Mike 81. Oh hell yeah, Ganja White Mike 81. I'm stoked for you, my friend. You're gonna have to take like a photo shoot picture for the Insta, and I'll put it on there. Strike a pose or something. Do the Heisman. Oh, 100% Gazzers. Like, not only is it more satisfying because you knew where it came from and it's safe and all that, like, I don't know. Yeah, like, I like my weed more than anyone else's. I mean, there's a lot of growers out there that are really good, and I love their weed, but I like mine the best. And that's not me trying to be arrogant, it's just being honest. I like mine the best. And that's a good feeling to be able to say that as a human being. Like, I'm producing my own medicine, I'm producing my own rec fund, you know, I'm doing my thing, right? And it's very satisfying. Well, hell yeah, Charlotte Winkler. I agree, 100%. That's why I got tomatoes going. I'm trying to do my little cucumber experiment in the lab for fun. We'll see what happens. Jeremy Sparks, you know, having a decent lighting system is definitely a quintessential component to indoors. Don't get down on yourself though. Like hell, you should have seen some of the stuff I was using when I was first learning and starting out as a kid, growing and doing things. And you know, like your knowledge base, your gear and your tech and your setup is something you're always working on, right? And you know, it's a lot of money to just do it, right? So it's all about slowly but surely upgrading your stuff and stepping up your game and practicing and stuff. And that's a natural progression, both in terms of your knowledge base, but your setup. And you know, that's natural. It's supposed to be like that. So don't ever beat yourself up for there. You know, do the best with what you can, or do the best you can with what you have, and then you know, it's all about just baby steps, really. Like Rome was never built in a day, wasn't. Took a bit of time, stone or two. as it were, right? And that's the best way to approach any of this stuff. In my humble 2 cents, I truly believe that. Well, exactly, right? Because it's yours and you grew it, right? You loved it. It's your baby. Hell yeah, Geno's 11, right? And that's the way to be, guys, the 76th. That's right. That's what we are here. One of the things we are here at the Potsquatch Growers Army, we are the people that are the advocates telling everyone, grow your own. Fuck corporate. Fuck the big pharma. Just do it in your house or your backyard or your friend's backyard if you can't do it in yours. Grow your own. It's a good time. Very satisfying. Okay, Jeremy Sparks. So it just sounds like she might be hungry. If you want to send me some pictures, Jeremy, I can take a look at that for you, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, Dylan Thib. That sounds sexy, man. 7.5 feet tall, 6 feet wide. Nice. By 4 feet with 10 tops, all at 2.5 foot cold. You got some donkey dicks growing there, my friend. You know what I'm saying? That's what I used to call. I remember, early on in the channel when we grew, and we were in the closet using our Blurple King LED King Pluses. I don't know if any of you remember those days, if you were around back then, or have seen it since. But when we did the Platinum Cookies God Bud, a hybrid cross, and we got those two giant donkey dick buds, and they ended up being too tall, so we tied them like an X like that, strapping them down, and that was fun. Ah, the donkey penises. One of my favorite jokes that I made in a video that still sits with me today was like, I don't know if this is actually the size of the donkey penis, but if any of you are out there, donkey farmers, please let me know that is this a donkey penis size? It was just really fucking funny. I don't know if anyone else found it funny, but for me, it was one of those jokes that I made where um, I genuinely, wholeheartedly, just really enjoyed it and found it very funny. The donkey farmers. It was the way I said it too, man. Donkey farmers. Sorry. I'm I'm being reminiscent now. Yeah, riot powder, grow your four, and if you want more, get your ACMPR. Everyone in the country of Canada has a legitimate use for medical cannabis. Anybody does. Anyone can get their ACMPR. That system has been put in place to allow you to be able to safely produce enough medicine for your needs. So just remember that. It's not hard to get. Sadly, finding a compassionate doctor in this day and age is almost impossible. And most of the ones that are around, well, you got to pay them a bit of money to do it. And I've always had a big issue with that. But my doctor retired. Even I had to go pay, a consultancy company to get a doctor to sign my document for my renewal. It sucked. It felt partly like a failure to me, but I mean, hey, my doctor retired. She was my doctor for 20 years. She was the one who signed all my documents, and good luck finding a GP in general, let alone one that's willing to sign your documents in Canada, let alone BC. It's pretty bad. So, but Canadians need to know that. It happens, Dylan. It happens, right? Like when I had that Platinum Cookies God Bud go the way she did, I did not think it was going to do that. The other ones that I'd run did not do that, and then she just did, and she was shocking. But oh, awesome, Jeremy Sparks. That's awesome. I will check that out. Does it say your name on the email? Like, will it say email from Jeremy? Yeah, right, Genos? It sucks when they retire. It's like, how dare you get old? But, happy retirement. Have fun. Damn it. Ooh. You must be living somewhere that's really dry, Jose Canela, if you're using a humidifier. I normally say to people, never put a dehumidifier in there unless you're like living in a desert, baby. Oh, JBK, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. I'll find it. I have enough information to figure that one out, Jeremy. I'll take a look at that for you, Jeremy. Actually, I could probably do it right now. Let's see here. One second here, everybody. I'm just gonna see if I can pull up Jeremy's picture. If I can take a look. Oh, there he is. Huh, it does say your name, Jeremy. It says Jeremy. All right, taking a look at that. Yeah, taking a look at that. Everybody, this is the picture we're looking at there. I don't know if you're able to see that any well there, but definitely looks like she's hungry. Looks like you got some calcium, magnesium for sure. That's probably just what it is. Because since it's coming on the edges that way and slowly kind of on the curvature and then coming up the section of your leaf like that, yeah, just give us some damn Procal, baby. She just hungry. That's all it is. I mean, some of that damage that you're seeing there, you will not be able to fix because, but it's not horribly set in yet. Okay, some parts of it is, but overall, you should be able to see a turnaround on that. If you don't have a CalMag and you don't have the money to go buy it, okay, get some brown banana peels and some Epsom salts. Okay, put a little molasses in there for some easily accessible sugars to help the plant have easy access to energy while it's trying to utilize those. And if you're not too late in flower, I don't think you are because I don't really see any buds too much yet. Incorporate a bit of coffee in there too. It's a nice optimal pH. It'll tweak that in, dial that in for your plants, and they're gonna be happy. So Jeremy, I hope that helps. And now I'm gonna pull up the show again so I can actually read and say. Dealing Thib, Potsquatch420 at gmail.com, my friend. I'm just gonna go back out of the show, go back into the show, just to make sure our live chat is updating properly here. When did you send it, Happy Duke Rose? I can go check it out. 5 milligrams. Milligrams. You mean? Do you mean milliliters? Or are you using like a powdered thing? Or are you using a liquid, Jeremy? I'm trying to follow. Okay. So Jeremy Sparks, let's say you got 2 gallons of water. Okay. For those of you who speak liters, it's about 8 liters, just under technically, but 3.78 liters to a gallon. Let's just call it 4. Do 2 gallons of water, nice big pot. Put 2 or 3 brown, okay, browned banana peels in there. I put about 2 gallons. Tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of Epsom salt. 2 tablespoons of molasses on sulfur blackstrap, and then half a cup to a cup of old coffee. And since you're earlier on, you could even use some of your old coffee grounds as well, and you can top dress with that, and that'll be a slow release. For another thing for calcium, what you can also do is take your old eggshells, pasteurize or bake them in the oven, then powder them, top dress in your soil with those, and that's going to be a slow release calcium secondary for you as well. So that should help. Okay, milliliters. Yeah, so way heavier. Okay, so on like a 2 gallons when I'm in flower, and I'm doing, I use ProCal from Green Planet, same shit. I'm doing on that to 2 gallons like a solid at least tablespoon and a half. Tablespoon being, if I'm remembering correctly, 50 milliliters. So that would be, you know, 21.5 to 25 milliliters to 2 gallons. So I hope that helps, Jeremy. Dun, 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 bum, bum. But yeah, so long story short, there's a lot of things in your home that you can use to actually incorporate into low cost, inexpensive nutrient systems or feed for your plants, And at the end of the day, um, keep it sexy, keep it real, and you can make a lot of shit on your own, and have a decent run with your plants there. So never get intimidated about not having any money. Never get intimidated about not having the coolest, the best shit. There's so much you can do at home with random shit around your house, or acquire at either free or next to no cost, that you're going to be able to incorporate into doing things properly for your plants. There's 1,001 highways to the same destination, and yeah, You know what I'm saying? You can always do it. Never give up. Okay, Brad Jones sent me an email. Let's go back into the email here. We'll go back into the email and we can address some of these ones that we just got. All right. Okay, Brad, I got your email, Brad. Let's check this. All right. Good. What's that on the end of the tip in the first leaf picture? There's something weird on your fan leaf there. Is that a bug? What is that white section? Oh, you've got, yeah. What's that little bug? It's like red and blue. Hmm. I mean, the titties look good. Plants look nice and happy and healthy for the most part. Is this an outdoor setup there, Brad? I gotta go back to the show to be able to read what you're saying. Um, Jose Canela, to be on the safe side, I would say yes. I would say fuck the humidifier, even if it's at a 40-45. Just make sure you really stay on top of properly hydrating your plants and giving it easily accessible sugars and other things to help it develop natural resins, because a dry environment can be a really good thing for the plant in that, well, one, obviously we're not getting bud rot and other crap, but by having that drier environment, but if you're keeping accessible water and feed to your plant, then the plant is actually going to defend itself in the dry environment by producing lots of resins and natural oils within itself, which is good. We like that. It's a good thing, right? So, you can definitely do that. Those are cool looking, Brad. Acid trip bugs. They're like red and blue. Happy Dew Grows. The story behind coffee is you can use both. The grounds will be a slow release top dress. I like to top dress early on my plants. That way, I'm actually going to be doing it on the next run. I've been saving up a shitload of coffee grounds because I'll make a French press every morning, so I'll save it from that. Uh, but then for your feed mix ins, you're using old coffee, leftover coffee that you've saved. So, like for me, my French press, if I don't drink everything, I add a little bit of water to it and I just dump that into a can. And so the ground's at the bottom, and then you take all of that excess liquid on top and you can use that then in your feeds. And then top dress, obviously, with the other shit. What's up, Lobster Boy? Leslie Marie. Normally, I smoke these cheap additive free rolled gold cigarettes that I get from the Mohawk Nation in Ontario. Today, after passing my test and getting into the first store ever with her papers, I went and bought myself some expensive cigarettes. I like Belmont. If I were to buy the cigarettes I like, and I can afford them without having to worry about it, Belmont King Size is where I smoke, or what I like to smoke. Charcoal filters, baby. But normally I smoke rolled gold. Low cost, no additives. In theory, better for me. Well, exactly. Hightower Gardens. It's all about learning. It's all about having a good time. What's cracking, Lobster Boy? How you been doing, my friend? I'm wearing one of the new hats, Lobster Boy. They're much tougher than the first ones. This hat will definitely be more prone to surviving at least longer in the Pacific Ocean. You guys got? Oh, did you go halibut fishing yet, Lobster Boy? If you did, I want to see pictures. I like halibut. One of my favorite. Oh, nice. Okay, Dylan, I just got your email. I'll check that in a second. Stephen Bridges, in terms of building up, like I'm assuming we're in an indoor environment, you are correct in making the general assertion that higher temperatures equal less dense buds, and that's bloody true. Pretty much, if are you outdoors or indoors though? First question before I say anything. Oh, Atlantic. Sorry, I got confused. I reversed it in my head. Sorry about that. Awesome. Lobster Boy, when you go hit the hat a bit, I want to see some pictures. They're ugly fucking fish, but I love to eat them. Oh, I know. Hightower Garden. I know the claw. I definitely know the claw. Often, sometimes I have a bit of clawing on my plants a little bit sometimes. And that's just kind of how I approach feeding. I don't get worried about a mild claw nature. If I overdo it, then I get worried, but or not worried, but dial things back, right? So that's why like I don't really incorporate coffee too late in the flower. Like once you hit mid flower, no, too much nitrogen in it. But yeah, it's the chicken of the sea, lobster boy. It's the chicken of the sea. Okay, so it's indoors. Okay, so Stephen Bridges, since you're doing indoors, introducing CO2 obviously into your environment is going to help near the end in the last week. Do the full pluck, which will cause your buds to tighten up and trike out. That'll help. Um, as well as top dress with ice then while you're letting it settle out. And but yeah, introducing CO2 into your environment is going to be a big one. Obviously, my little carbonated water trick, well, that's going to help that too. So that's what I would suggest for that one. Excuse me. Okay, let's go look at Delazimo now. Three weeks into flower of the blueberry kush. Fuck yeah, buddy. It is tall, eh? You weren't lying. It's a tall bush. I also see your lady friend likes caffeine. Good shirt. I like it. Sexy looking plants though, Dylan. Looking good, man. Oop. Trying to pull the fucking smoke out, and I pulled off the filter. Oopsie. 2 seconds, everybody. There we go. Oh, it's looking good though, Dylan. Looks really nice. Okay, I'll show everybody. 1 second, Dylan. I'll pull it back up. Nope. There we go. So these are the pictures here that Dylan sent us. There's one of the buds there, 3.5 weeks, I guess it was, he said. See, nice tall plants. We're going to assume that Dylan is not 2 feet tall. Pretty sure Dylan's not, but in the next shot, his lady friend, she's not 2 feet tall. So, we can tell that they're getting very nice early on. Love the big planter there. It looks good. Looks happy though. Really happy and healthy. Great colors, great structure, nice blade action and formation. I dig. Very nice dinner. Looking good, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, it definitely helps, Stephen. That definitely will help you with that one as well. And oh well, thank you very much, Stephen. I appreciate that. Local stringer says thinking her tower. Oh, I think. I see. Yeah, no, they'll stay clawed. They will. They can unclaw a little bit, but mild clawing. Don't freak out. Just dial in the things of nitrogen, okay, or like, but dial them back, I should say. Don't freak out about that. You're good to go. Hey, no worries, Jay West. Welcome to the show. We're actually going to be ending it in a few minutes because I got a shitload of trimming to get to. Sad but true, and then plus I'm fucking hungry, man. I haven't eaten since earlier today, so I gotta make some pizza. I'm sorry that you just tuned in at the end, but you made it there, my friend. Thank you for the love. Much love back to you, Jay West. Hope you're doing well, man. But I guess at the end of the day, yeah, we're gonna wrap this show down just because I need to get to work and I need to eat because Uncle Pie Squatch is getting hungry. But for those of you who haven't checked out potsquatchgrowers.com, check it out. That's where you get all your swag, your shirts, your hats, your papers, your grinders. Eventually, we're going to be launching an online garden supply both on that website. We will be offering all of our goods there as well on Amazon. Check out Squatch Lighting Systems, brought to you by, powered by Salt Strip, with two little companies building rigs for you. We are the brand of the people, or we're trying to. We're trying to be there with you. We're trying to walk the whole damn time with you and help you be successful there and make good, reliable tech that's fixable and not going to completely cut off your arms and legs. I mean, yeah, right. So check all that out. Mike the Safer Ride Squatch and Gotcha 9 Your Mama have been sharing those links throughout the show. You can also find all the links to both the store and to the lights in the description of our channel or the about page of our channel. And there's also a link to the lights on the potsquatchgrowers.com. You just got to scroll down a bit. I will. I think I inhaled a bug. um, be redesigning the website a little bit to make it a little bit more user friendly. But I mean, it's all still there technically. I'm just going to try to make it better and sexier. I'm learning slowly but surely in terms of all of that. And oh, hey, no worries, local stringer. And I love that people enjoy showing up for these shows and hanging out and being part of it. I very much um, appreciate each and every one of you. And I love this community that we've built. We're a global community now, 5 out of 6 continents. We're all over the world, all of us. We are the Potsquatches. We are the Army. We are the Storm. Grow your own. Watch the fuck up. Big companies. Here we come. But much love to all of you. And remember, the true grower is the forever student. The true grower is not afraid to take risks, but we make educated, stupid decisions. Perhaps Ackland. Ooh, okay. Maybe we're not going to end the show. I'm going to have fun with this one. This dude's 6 beers deep and telling us about clawed leaves like he has a biology degree. Nope, nope, just a lot of experience. I have been growing pot for about 20 plus years, but, and at the end of the day, I'm more than 6 beers deep. And 2, Uncle Potsquatch starts his day with whiskey coffees. 3, if I'm falling down drunk or unable to string a sentence together, well, then maybe you should, take what I'm saying with a bit of a grain of salt. But I'm pretty sure I'm still pretty much there. But at the end of the day, sadly, I've been cursed with the drinking ability of all some of the best drinking nations in the world: Irish, Scottish, Welsh, German, and English. And then I'm a half noof, so, oh crap, watch out. Team Canada drinking team, my friend. But at the end of the day, I know you're probably just playing. And if you try to be a troll, then, well, hello. But I think you're just playing. But I just want to have some fun with that one. And at the end of the day, degrees don't mean shit. Okay? Post secondary institutions are a load of crap. Anyone can teach themselves anything. A piece of paper doesn't validate one's knowledge or worth. So I'll put it to you this way: I know plenty of people with biology degrees and degrees in botany, degrees in horticulture that know fuck all about growing weed. A big part of the reason why the big companies in Canada are having the issues they're having and producing such shit is because they're hiring people with degrees that don't actually know growing. So at the end of the day, in terms of this industry, it's still very much one where the best people, not to say that I am that, but the best people around, the most knowledgeable people around, the people of the weed titty, um, are people who taught themselves. They're people who did trial and error, and hands-on practical experience is more valuable than anything you can learn in a classroom. And at the end of the day, self-teaching is the way to go. Never let someone put you down, guys and girls, these and thys, because you taught yourself something. Okay. And luckily for us, we're still in an industry where, there's very few growing programs out there. And at the end of the day, the few that I've seen, I've looked at the curriculum. It's kind of a waste of time. It's like kind of going and taking the class to become a bartender. Don't do it. Waste of money. Just go get a bar back job. Learn the hard way. Learn with hands-on application. And that's the best way to go, my friends. But anyway, experience plus context is the key to self-teaching. I don't know what you mean necessarily by context, but kind of a weird usage there. However, hands-on experience and is the way to go. Trial and error. You learn more from your mistakes than you do from your successes, and if anything, I can attest to that. I've learned a lot more by fucking up over the years and teaching myself how to do things than any time I was successful. Success feels great. Feels great to do well and to do something awesome. But you learn a hell of a lot more from fucking up. So that's why anyone at home, if you fuck up, you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up. Okay? Don't feel hopeless. Don't shit on yourself. Because at the end of the day, every mistake, every error that we make is actually a learning opportunity in disguise. And how you perceive and take things is exactly that. You can perceive and take anything the way you want it to. If you're going to let it ruin your day, get you down, you can. Or you can see where it was. Look at where you were successful. Look where you had issues. And then investigate that. Learn about that. And then you can actually expand. And that's why I always say the true grower is the forever student. The day you stop growing as a grower, you lose all status as a grower in my mind. You never know everything. And you can always learn something. And the plant keeps growing, so you need to too. Anyway, everybody, Uncle Potsquatch's going to go have another beer. Oh, no. Number 8. Oh my goodness. And I'm gonna do some trimming and make a video for everybody. So I'll see you in the video. If we probably won't finish tonight, I'll probably finish that all tomorrow. But we'll see if I can push through and get it all done tonight. But much love to all of you. Keep it real, keep it sexy. Uncle Potsquatch loves you, and we'll see you next time. We will be bringing you, like I said to everyone again too, there will be that memorial for a friend who passed away that we're going to be live streaming. Don't freak out. We're still a pot channel. We're just remembering someone who's passed away in these weird times. And we'll be releasing the cooking show on Saturday, just a little bit later than usual, and then we'll all see you on the Sunday live stream show. Plus, we've got the babies pulled out of the bedroom. They're getting adjusted. We won't do anything to them until we make a video for you and start talking about the next runs and what we're going to be doing, okay? So keep it real, keep it sexy, and much love, everybody. 1 second. To be fair, Braff's Auckland making a vast statement or a broad-based statement on someone who didn't have formal education other than let's assume that people went to high school. If you're what you're saying is without going further than just getting a basic high school diploma, you are somehow unable to learn as well as others. That is the biggest load of crap, because you're looking at someone who will go toe to toe with any person in a university and be just fine and able to learn without going past that. I'm not trying to be controversial or contradictory to what you're saying, but at the end of the day, I disagree. But anyway, we can talk about this next time. I got shit to do. Anyway, much love. Wasn't trying to give you a hard time. I hope you're doing all right. Keep it real. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the community, Braff. I hope you're having a good night, and we'll talk as well. So, peace and love, everybody. Uncle Potsquatch loves you. See you soon. Bye. Bum, bum, bum.